resurgent. Cosmic folks see emergence. Brain of eternal, hands on my time. Impossible prince can God watch you step in the mind. Soul triggers, power holy divine righteousness. Combined with courage, love of essence. Don't let trauma bind up block your blessings. When you behind the veil, you hear the confession. Give you limitation, corruption, fear, deception. This the age of no evolution and resurrection.
Welcome back to another episode of Talk That Crap. We're gonna have a great episode today. We're gonna be into talking about the protocol of love, the power in love, and surrender to love. It's gonna be a great show today. We want to welcome everybody back. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday. Hoping everybody having a great week and a great year. So to my side, I got my brother Larry and my sister Queen B. Could y'all both introduce yourselves? Queen B, could you go first and introduce yourself?
Okay. Peace, everyone. This is Queen V. Back in the space again. Glad to be here. Same as the last time. I'm here just to share some life experience, share my love, and gain some love and some life experience.
Awesome. Beautiful.
My name is Jamal Shaquem Bey, but I got to honor the elders, my mother and father, by also representing the name that they gave me, which is Larry. The Most High gave me Jamal Shaquem Bey. But I just want to say hello to everyone, and I'm just glad to be on this platform, communicating and giving my opinions and my experiences on the topics we'll be talking about today. So I'd like to say, come on in and enjoy yourself.
That's right. Come on in and enjoy yourself. Listen, this right here today is going to be a very dynamic conversation because so many people are always talking about love, how much they want love, how much they desire a relationship. We did an episode last week on relationship models. That was a great episode. Thank you, Jamal, for participating in that episode. And thank you, Queen B, for chiming in and sending those messages on that episode. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
We want to talk about a love protocol. Like, we all live life in some type of system and procedure, whether we at jobs, whether we at home, we got to set up system and procedure. So everything comes with a protocol. When it comes to love, is it something that when it comes to love's protocol, we want to do something different than what that protocol set? Or is the protocol that we are defining love by set by our own reality? Again, is that love protocol that we're doing, is that set by who? And if we set it, do we understand that we set the love protocol?
Well, I would have to say, and even when you introduced the topic to me earlier the other day, I never thought about a protocol for love. I never thought about it in that context, I should say.
Right.
It was just more so I love. And I didn't set any parameters for it, any boundaries for the love. And I'm not going to say condition because that tends to take the conversation someplace else. But as far as the love protocol, I've never operated on that. My definition of that is I love you. Now, my love for you does not waver. However, my presence is conditional. So that's my escape. And when I say my escape, everyone isn't capable of receiving love. And just the same as everyone isn't capable of giving love. The definition can be misconstrued, which gives you this rigid protocol of what love is. And this is going to be one of those where I have tidbits that I want to add, but this is going to be a learning experience for me. So I'm very eager to hear,
Mm.
especially being that you got me on here with just my brothers, but it's okay. It's quite all right.
It's supposed to be supposed to be another sister. They just wasn't able to make it. They did send their
Okay.
apologies, so it was supposed to be two and two.
Okay.
You know,
Gotcha.
it's
Gotcha.
supposed to be two and two. So it
But
didn't
I
work
still
that way.
respect that. I still respect it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that divine feminine energy in its rawest form is what it is. So I don't care about the amount of male or female. I just really the intake, the expression and experience and the knowledge of the one that holds. You know what I'm saying? The one that's experiencing love, the one that's defining love, the one that's understanding love. That's more important than any if you're a male or a woman. You know? But we all gonna have our perspective. So yeah, I
Absolutely.
feel you on that though. 100. I feel you on that. 100. But the lad, what you would say about this love protocol?
This is a little different also because it's more spiritual, and I look at the woman's side of us
Okay.
and what's within us. They say God is love, and some people may say God is a woman, but we know how important and beautiful a woman is to us and what they do for us. So the love of a woman is something just so beautiful. Like when you see the relationship between a mother and a child, you can't duplicate that. I remember a situation with Jeffrey Dahmer and his mama, regardless of what all the information she knew, she still loved that son, even though her son is crazy and wanted to eat people. So I look at myself and I say, they say God is love and I am love. So at an early age, I started learning by watching my mother, watching my grandmother, and watching the female in my family, the way they loved us. After a while, as I got older, I started having more of a different opinion on women than the guys I grew up with. They want to call women this and call women that. And I was like, yo, man, that's disrespectful, bro. Because the woman is so important to us. Our mothers were so important to us. That's who raised us. That's who showed us the way to love was our mother. Because dads, now don't get me wrong, our dads love us, but they can't, to me, they couldn't love us as much as a mother do, a woman do, you know? So I adopted that and I had a whole different experience with loving the people I was around and giving that love, but also I could be very vicious when you didn't love me back. But I had to learn to deal with that also because I felt like I was giving all the love and people wasn't giving me love back. And then I understand they have the right not to give me love. They don't want to love me, that's okay. But guess what? I will love you, but I'll love you from a distance because I can't change who I am and how the Most High had created me not to be showing love. So I noticed as I was growing older that people would take advantage of people that had all this love built in and want to give it to other people and show them what love and respect and loyalty is. But even this past year, I had to learn that I knew how to love people, and a lot of people didn't know how to love me. So what I had to do is let them live. So that means I could love you from a distance and keep it moving because I'm not going to let you change who I am as a person. But once you take advantage of a person like me, don't worry. I won't be in your life no more. Yeah, I even may say a prayer for you. But guess what? I have learned now to protect my peace. And my peace is my love. The love that I have is valuable. So if I choose to be in your world or you be in my world, I'm gonna show you nothing but love and respect because that's what the Most High had to put in my heart from ever since I was a child. So once I see that you don't have that in you, but maybe you didn't have a mother that was into you like she was into me, or maybe you didn't have a father that knew how to love, And I did. So I can't be mad at you. You went through what you went through, but I'm not going to let you take my peace or change who I am as a person. I just know the people who accept my love, they getting the best part of me. And I'm going to deal with it on that level.
Fact. Give them the
Respect.
best part of you. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's respect all day. And I received this understanding of love protocol in 2022. And I had to have something that was going to happen to me immediately. It's just like getting in your car. No one is thinking about how they're driving. They already know how to drive, and they're doing it on automation. Love needed to be the same way. And a lot of us have stipulations when it comes to love. We have, guidelines, and we are putting love inside of this box as we define it. And then I'll ask you a question: Who gives you the definition of love? Who gave you the first definition of love? Where do we get it? Our first definition, because that set the stand, that set the stage.
Well, my first definition of love was in the showing of the love that I received from my parents as a child. To me, that
Right.
was my foundation for this is what love is. Now, whether or not that was construed, um, that was something that I had to sort through in my adult life. However, understanding love as an action, not as an emotion, um, that is what strengthened my definition for me because it wasn't based on a condition or you doing this in order to receive my love. It just
Right.
is.
hmm Brother Larry?
Yeah, well, I think I done said it so many times. I mean, the first love that I ever loved was my mother who had birthed me. And even till this day, my mother's almost 80 years old, one more year from 80. But when we sit together, you would think we was twins because the
Mm.
way she expressed her love to me and the way I express my love to her, the way I express my love to the kids, it's similar to how she raised me. But God, and I'm gonna say the Most High, showed me love because when I went through my most difficult times, there was something my mother told me, and I never forgot it. She said, "When you feel like you have no one else in this world that you could communicate to or talk to, learn to pray or to meditate, to pray and call on His name." And I ain't talking about Jesus; I'm talking about the Most High.
Mm.
And so, in my most difficult times, when I was ready to do some of the most craziest things in the world, that a lot of people wouldn't even think that was me. But they don't know I have a other side. So when I was about to do something that was not me and take some people out, and somebody looked at me and I knew automatically that was the Most High communicating with this person to tell me, don't you do that. You have a child now, which is only 3 weeks old. Or excuse me, she was about 2 months then, 2 months or almost 3 months. So if you do that, this child looked at me and I knew that was coming from the Most High. She said to me, if you go take those guys out and you get caught and go to jail for the rest of your life, who is going to raise Connie? And I kind of stood there and said, what? Because my eyes was blood. I was ready to do what I was going to do because I had to revenge a death of my family member. But the second thing she said was, well, let's reverse it. If you kill those guys and then you get caught and go to jail for the rest of your life, who is going to raise your daughter? And the third thing she said was, hey, if you take those guys out, who to say that I won't tell on you because you just implicated me and my parents and my family to do this murder? And I cried like a baby because I wanted to revenge my cousin. But I cried like a baby and walked home and went home to hold my child. And after that, I prayed all night. And I'm here telling this story over maybe 35, almost 40 years later. This story I'm telling you guys. And if it wasn't for me remembering something my mother told me, when you feel like you have no one else you could talk to the Most High before you make a critical decision. But that was based on her raising me and showing what love was, because I had more love for my newborn than going to do something crazy. So that was love, because I had to take care of this child. That's my responsibility, to raise my daughter. So I love more of doing what was going to be good for God was being a father. Now I'm a grandfather. So I can talk about that now, because if it wasn't for my mother putting those seeds inside of me, I probably would have did what I was gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Without
yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah.
So I had to have love in me to say, I love my newborn, my first child, that I am responsible. I have to hold myself accountable, and I have to love and take care of this woman. And just today, I was talking to her on the phone, and every time I talk to her, I always tell her, you don't even realize you saved my life. My daughter, she saved my life by her being born, and me to say I love being her father, and I want to be her father so I could raise her up so she could be a young woman. And now she got 3 grandkids for me. Man, ain't nothing like it in the world, that love. And every time I see them kids and see her and how she is today, that love that I had to say not to do this right here, but I'm gonna take care of my daughter and to raise her up in the correct manner. I don't know what else to tell you, man. And
No,
those
no, you said a mouthful.
those
You said a
experiences
mouthful.
there, but it had to be love, because when she gave me those choices, even though I know she was speaking from the Most High, but she made me realize, I know you want to do this revenge, but is that revenge worth your daughter not having a father?
Mm,
Because you could get killed also, and you could go to
right.
jail for the rest of your life. And so I just want to relate that story to you guys.
Oh man,
Thank
beautiful story when it comes to making decision when it comes to the love of your life that changed you. Your daughter took you on a path that allows you to be where you are right now. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you sit back and reflect, when you're older, you realize, damn, it was that decision I made right there that changed everything in my life. And so again, in its beauty, y'all both pretty much describe a protocol. Y'all describe systematic ways and procedures of expression and protection. For you, Jamal, it was all about protection. You had to make sure you had to be there for your daughter, to train her up, to give her what she needed to be. You need to make sure her father was there in her life. For God to be, she understood that from the point, hey, I understand this love. I see this love is here, and in this state of love, love gonna do this for me. Da 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 da. Because now I know love in its full expression. She didn't. She never shrunk love. She never ran away from love, even though she may have had some ups and downs, which we all have ups and downs in love. Is the protocol is a systematic procedure that you do when that happens. So when most people get angry, they first thing when they come to love, they're in the memory. They're not present. They're telling you what they think of. So now you're in a point of now moving in a system where you're thinking and not present when it comes to do with love. Because that's your habit, that's your protocol, that's your everyday life. We go to work and we do certain procedures every single day. And with you, brother Jamal, the same thing when you doing your print on the shirts. When you do your print, it's a certain procedure you got to do. It's a system in place. Either you're developing a system or you're in line with a system. So here in the United States, we have a protocol called politics. Those are all protocols. They all have agendas. So we live under protocol. The same thing in the crypto market. If you buying or selling, and when a particular coin do one thing, it automatically does this. It doesn't need your say so. It doesn't need your idea. It doesn't need your thoughts. It doesn't need your wants. It doesn't need your dreams. It's going to automatically, when you do this, it's going to do that. It happens simultaneously. We all do it. That's why most of us can do our jobs very effective and efficient, because we understand the process need to take place, and that's the best thing it is. So when I'm approaching love protocol, I'm approaching it from a systematic essence of love, not a feeling, not a want, not a desire, a essence, to embody the essence of love, to allow love to guide, teach you, mold you, allowed you to become and evolve exactly to what you want to be. And love does not make you weak. For
I
you
got a
fellas out there that may think love makes you weak, love don't make you weak.
I got a
My
question
love
for
Y'all,
you.
is
go
resilience.
ahead. What you got? Yeah,
The
for real.
question I have for you,
Uh-huh.
you know, we talk about a lot of different things, and hopefully a lot of people will understand when we talk about them chakras. One
Uh-huh.
of the most chakra, the love chakra is one of the most powerful chakra in the world.
Uh-huh.
Is the love. But we
Yes.
have to also learn, because you're talking about protocols, in this dimension that we are in right now, we have to make sure we still guide and balance our emotions. It's okay to love, but not to be a fool either. You
Right.
know
Right.
what I mean? So you got a point by saying it's a protocol, because we also know from growing up that you could love somebody today and tomorrow y'all ready to go at each other. And do you call that love if a brother ready to take your life or you ready to take that life? You know? Or you can walk away and say, you know what? I love my life and I ain't about to go to jail for the rest of my life for taking you out because you ignorant. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So
Facts.
that's self-love. Because now you have to make a
Exactly.
decision. Should I go to jail for this fool? Or this fool's not even worth me going to jail. Now, if you coming against my family, I don't mind. I'm
I'm
going,
gonna show
hey,
you how much I love my family. I'm gonna show you
yeah,
how much I love my family.
that's right.
Yeah.
Peace,
Yeah,
brother.
for sure.
Peace, Uno.
He might look, he got technical difficulties. He's still in the dark. Queen B, anything you want to add on?
Um, I was just going to say, yeah, my love is resilient. My love, and I was
Mm,
just thinking about this the other day, and I said, out of all the things that you can think of out of lack, the things that stand out to me is that my father instilled in me to set boundaries. You know how far to go,
mm,
and don't go no further. Don't allow someone to make you say you did something that you didn't say or do and stand on it. But also, no matter how many times life has come along and tried to drag me down, it always comes back. You can do anything that you put your mind to. That was his
facts.
love instilling that in me. And to this day, I'm resilient because of that. I
Mm,
always bounce, but that's the love operating. And what you were saying, Brother Jamal, operating from that heart center, that heart chakra. There's nothing that I can't do. There's nothing that I can't come back from. But
Yes.
that comes from that foundation as a
facts.
child, hearing that, regardless of what was
Mm-hmm.
going on, I love you, and this is what I have for you.
Mm.
Well said.
Sigmundo, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I just want to
good.
check in, make sure you was here. What you say,
Yeah.
brother? All right, let's so Sigmundo, we came in and we were talking about love protocol. We were
Okay.
talking about, what does it mean? We talked about the definition of love from you. And for me, I say that love protocol is a systemic way. It's a procedure. We all live by protocols every day. We work in protocols every single day. So what would be your reflection when it comes to love protocol?
I think it starts with self love. What use
Mm.
what you say to yourself before, like before you or when you wake up, before you get out of bed. Um, the thoughts of how are you going to take care of your family. First of all, thoughts of how you're going to take care of yourself. That's self love. Um, from brushing your teeth to washing your face, um, to planning what you're going to wear, to having um, what you're going to have for breakfast, the nourishment of your body, the conversation with the Most High and yourself about what your day is going to be and how you're going to go about it. Um, what your plan is for your family, for your children, for your wife, for how you're going to sus- continue to make your household sustainable. That's all love because it's all making sure things are the way they're supposed to be. So that's the beginning stage of the protocol. My thought frame is we're all we're all given, I wouldn't say a portion, we're all made from love. We're all fashioned from love because we are all made individually and we're made to be here to do something specific to give love back to a dying world. Um, but first, it's recognizing who you are, and all of that begins with what love is. I was reading this book. You'll hear me talk about this book a lot. It's called the Book of Tree of Life, and it talks about what we're endowed with, what our capabilities are, what
You know,
we're able to
here,
do,
right here. Excuse me,
what our
here, right now.
what your body's designed to do, and how it's designed to heal itself and maintain itself if we do the right things. If we're caught before if we catch it before the system takes over, we'll learn how to take care of our body based on what this book reads. And I think it's a reminder, just like anything else. When they talked about the Savior coming to the earth, I believe for myself, it's a reminder of who we are, what our capabilities are, and what we're here to do. And 9 times out of 10, what we're here to do is to love and care for other people. That means hearing and understanding. That means taking into consideration what's happening, and finding out if you can help it, and if you can't, find someone or something that can. Um, Not overextending yourself. Overextending yourself means that you're giving so much of yourself that you can't make it home. You're crawling to the front door to get in to regenerate yourself. There's a balance, that is that's there. If we don't see ourselves as a person that's here alone, and we connect to the people that are here to support and help us, then we'll all keep our balance, and that balance is based on us loving each other enough to hear from us and talk about a need. I was listening to this video that my brother sent me, and he was talking about people being used. And the funny thing about it was he was talking about use on the basis of someone seeing a value in you and you having enough there for a person to get what they need from you, which is the basis of loving and caring for each other. We've gone from seeing that as something that we're supposed to do to an infringement upon our lives, which if we don't keep moving, if we don't keep loving, if we don't keep caring, we will waste away without a fulfillment of our duties here in this place. Um, so for me, that is the beginning process of how love starts. And for me, the meditation piece is huge because there's an alignment that needs to happen. I believe it needs to happen every night. So I listen and I meditate every night to keep myself aligned to get ready for what I need to deal with on the within the next few hours. Um, but yeah, so from that from your question, that's the basis of the beginning for me.
Mm, okay, okay. That love protocol. Start with that. Well, I'm not going to get into the book of life until next week because next week is occult science
Mhm.
and
Gotcha. Okay,
symbolism. So
gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm not
Gotcha.
going to discuss that until
Hmm.
then. I will
Gotcha.
say this: the
Hmm.
very thing that I've talked about terraforming my mind in the first 5 pages, they talked about terraforming consciousness.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna leave that there and come back next week, and you can get on that occult knowledge that
But
we're gonna be
it's all for
dropping.
the building and sustainability of yourself. And for people that don't see themselves or they see themselves as just someone to be used by someone, then they don't love each other. They don't love them. They don't love themselves yet. Not enough to know. I mean, with anything, you get in the car, you can't just expect that car to turn on. You're gonna need a key to get in the door in the first place. You're gonna need a key to put in the ignition to start it, or a key fob to push the button for it to start. It's all in knowing knowing what the car does and how to operate it. Right. It's the same way with us. Love is the is the main fuel that pushes us forward and keeps us going outside of the full consciousness, our full consciousness, revving us up in the morning and getting us ready to move on through our day. So yeah, I hear what you're saying though.
Oh yeah, and I mean with that right there, when you talked about the keys, so we're gonna
Hmm.
talk about right now the power in love.
Right.
What is the power in love? So a lot of people may not think love to be as powerful as it is. We know that it transforms. We know it can get you killed. So we know there's power there. But what other facets of power that people can actually refine and resolve within love?
Whew.
One, okay,
Go ahead. Go
an
ahead.
example for me is I tell my wife all the time, I cook with love because it's something I love to do. So even when I think I remember I had to I was having a 50th birthday. Well, forgive me, wife. I'm telling our story. I was having a 50th birthday party for her. And I had people that were saying, "Oh, I was going to help you do this and I'm going to help you do that." But my wife can tell you when those people didn't show up, it didn't matter if they showed up or not. I got it
Mm,
done from preparing
right.
food, getting food ready, getting the place decorated, and everything else. I did not depend on the people, even though I thought they would come through for me. But then it didn't matter. Love took over, and I said, "This is what I do." So I'm not gonna worry about who show up, who help, and who don't help. But I know one thing: the love I have for my wife, I'm gonna make it come through, and I have to manifest it. And I pulled it off. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
I have love for it. Even before I met her, I love cooking. So, but I
Hmm.
had love for it, and I done worked in situations that I was, dealing with food, dealing with stuff like that. So now I had to deal with doing this stuff by myself because my word and the love I have my wife, I told her I'm gonna make it happen, and I made it happen. At one point, I even had to tell her, "Get out the kitchen, let me do this." I got it. I got it. And I'm gonna do what I do because of the love and the promise. I'm saying if she said she had never had a party before, I said I'm gonna give you one. So I made it my business because of the love I have for her, regardless of anybody else helping or not helping, it's gonna get done. And thankful to the Most High, it got done, and it was one of the best parties. She said she never had a party. Well, look, this was her first, and saying, "Wow, if this what it was, man, you did that, hubby." And I say, "Man, I just want to make sure you was happy on your date." Now the next
That's
day
it.
I was hurting, so we was dancing and everything else. I was hurt, but I pulled it off, and she was just
Yeah.
the happiest woman my wife was happy because I said what I was gonna do. I always tell her I love cooking. I cook with love, and so why not the one you love? When that's just extra. That was caveat. I'm cooking for her.
Mm,
I'm making sure this is gonna be beautiful and it was gonna be successful. So I had to put my love, my heart, my spirit into accomplish something I told her I was gonna do, and I did it.
Mm. Oh
mm,
wow, that's beautiful right there. That's beautiful.
definitely. Yeah.
Sigmundo.
So when I think of what you're saying with regards to the power of love, I think it starts with a place of being humble, because it's one thing to know something and to perceive to be something, but to be humble is to make room for the people around you. So when you make room for people around you and you're humble and you walk with patience, you understand with patience, you understand what kindness is, you understand that love doesn't boast or isn't angry, and you understand all those things, and that means you're here in the capacity to offer something from yourself. So that's the power of love. It's giving from yourself is the beginning of the power of love, because when you do it, other people see it. It's a light that shines that makes everybody ask questions. The question, who is he or who is she? Where did she come from? She is such. There's something about her, something about him, and it's because you carry yourself in love. You're not angry. You're not acting ugly. You're not acting like you wanted to hurt anyone. You're being humble. Your spirit is humble, and you are sure in yourself. You're sure in your ways, and you're not worried about anything because you have the power of the Most High. I think it all is. There's all. It all is a conjunction. It all comes together, and when it does, you have to realize you are that being that walks through the earth that reminds people that love exists. And that is the most powerful thing of all, because people have to know that love still exists. This place has turned pretty ugly based on the people that have been through things that people don't stop to listen and understand. Even the ugliest person, when it's had the worst day, this a kind word or something nice that you have to say to a person would change their whole appearance or change their whole thought about things. Just the thing that you're pushed to say to a person, regardless of whether you feel like they accept it or not, they're going to remember it because they needed it for that time. My mom used to say, "We when we wake up in the morning, we're in the world. We are a sign or a symbol to someone that the Most High still exists." So when we're walking, the way we're acting, if we're smiling, and my sisters and brothers just smile all the time, and everyone would stop and be like, "These kids are always smiling. They must be happy about something." You know what I'm saying? So it's just those things, those small things that make people realize, hey, this must be love in the world still. I'm mad about, what am I mad for? There are people that have worse days than I had. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
to have some compassion for people around you, or to take in consideration the thought of hurt or pain to someone else, and to say something kind to them, or to be loving, or to just be you, they're receiving the energy from you, regardless of whether their day has gone great or not. So that's, to me, that is the spark, the power of love.
Queen V, talking about the power in love.
Power in love.
Yeah.
Power in love. Being able to, and this is to piggyback off of Brother Sigmundo, um, portion that I heard. Um, Being able to walk into a room and light the room up by just your presence alone, not out of boistering yourself, but out of just genuine care and concern and love for people. Um, And yes, starting with yourself, you have to love yourself first. Absolutely. But there's so much power in being able to be your authentic self with no motives, um, and be genuine with people. People can tell and they can receive that. Um, I remember reading in the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success, every person that you meet, you either meet them with a silent prayer or you say something to uplift their day. Um, you never know what someone is going through. You never
Mm-hmm.
know. That might just be the thing that gives them the push to go another day. And love has the power to transform anything. Um, whew. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting today. Um, I received some words today, and they were so on point. And it came up twice. Self love.
Mm,
You reach out and you love everyone and you give of yourself to everyone,
mm,
but you need to take that and pour it into yourself. You need it.
Mm-hmm.
And that brought me back to how can I pour into others if my cup is empty?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
not being selfish, but stepping back so that I can embrace myself with love, so that I'm able to continue to go on, not to just be love to and for others, but so that I continue on for myself, so that my journey can blossom. Um, but I gotta focus on me.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, beautifully, beautifully put, beautifully put. I mean, just to piggyback on all of y'all, because all three of y'all talked about pouring love into another. And I think, and pouring love most of all back into yourself, which is first priority is pouring love back into self. The beautiful thing about the power in love is the strength, resilience, and vision that it gives you. It gives you a compassion and empathy for others where it's not a weight on you. When you have compassion for others, it's not supposed to be heavy. If you got compassion for others and the heavy, that's not compassion. I don't know what you carrying.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't compassion in love. Love is
No,
light.
Right.
Love is
Mm-hmm.
light.
right.
The power in love is the ability to lose yourself, to not be anything in love and allow love to be the very expression, the very essence of you. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very step you take every single day. Like Brother Jamal when he cooking, Sigma Uno when he giving love, and Sister Queen V when you're giving love back to yourself, you're taking the time and pouring that power and that essence back into yourself. And
Hmm.
when you can do that back in yourself, you can definitely give it to others. And that's how your cup will never be empty. You always getting the love. It always
Mm-hmm.
coming in.
Hmm.
It's a ever going power. It's a it's a core. When you actually deal with the love from a core place, you can never run out of energy.
Right.
As long as you loving what you do, you will never run out of energy. You may do some dumb shit, but you will never run out of energy. It'll be right on
Nope.
point. Now, do you think that people have a love for something that's not beneficial to themselves and others around them?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
What
I,
makes it easy for people to just adapt a love for something that they know for themselves? Because some people will tell you they know the thing they in, they ain't really that good. They'll tell you that they know they that good, yet they in the situation. Could you speak about that?
I honestly don't think it's love. I think it's a border. It's a border between infatuation and the need for love. So when you
Okay.
need it and you see it and you equate it to what your need is, it may not be actually what you need at all, period. But you've turned it into that. You've made it love and it ain't love. It's infatuation. And the telltale sign is, what do you do when you're not engaged, fully engaged in that thought that this is love and it's not? What holds you there? What's the foundation of it? Is there a foundation there? That's kind of the question. I mean, it's because I've seen it happen before. I've been in the situation myself where you think that you're in love with the person because because you need it. You need love almost desperately, and then you meet this person. It may just be for a conversation or need to bring you back to focus, but you've taken it beyond this focus and you created it love for yourself, and it ain't really love. So sometimes I believe that's what it is.
Okay, brother Jamal.
I think what happened is me and my wife have this conversation all the time. They loving a show, something on TV, but that
Okay.
show can be also a distraction,
Mhm.
or loving something so much that you give it so much power. So
Mm.
I'm like my brother. Is that really love?
Mhm.
No, that's something is taking control and keeping you distracted on
Right,
what you should be doing. So you have to
right,
be careful with different loves of material things.
right.
I have a cousin I can say right now. He's he used to drive almost every car you ever heard of. And he's still to this day 70 years old and love cars. See,
Mhm.
and to me, it was a distraction because it was a material thing. I just need four wheels or two wheels to get me where I need to go. Now, do I like pretty cars too? Yeah. But if that car say $200,000, I don't need that. I could do that with an $18,000 car. So sometimes love of money, love of people, love of situations, you have to be careful with that because you can love those things, but at those things, if it's not going to increase your life and help your life and everybody be together, like if I sat and watch football, now I like football, I like basketball, but you think if I sat here all day and watch football and basketball, and my wife looking at me and want to do something, and I'm watching football, I'm watching basketball. See, now we could be getting depart. We could start to separate. Is because I have more love in watching something like football or basketball instead of you know let's go shopping together. Let's do something together. Let's do something meaningful. So we have to be careful because we live in these vessels to fall in love with material things or things that's not going to bring our family together because we taken away from our family because all our time is spent on doing that. Sometimes you have to look at your loved one. You know what? I'd rather spend time with you and chill out with you instead of watching football. Cut that off. Let's cut some music on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have
Right.
to be very careful of loving things more than we love our people or ourselves, because you could get, like I said, you get so focused on something and people would say, man, you seem like you love that. I tease my wife all the time. Well, you love them African movies. I tease her. But I also explain to her, only reason I say the things I say, babe, because I don't want you to get so distracted and watching. I'm talking to you like, and don't hear not a word I'm saying. So don't let that distract you or take away. Because one day I was calling her, I was hurting. Honey, yeah, yeah. I'm like, honey. So then all of a sudden she saw me go in the room, get this, get that. She said, "Is you all right?" I said, "No, don't worry about it. Keep watching your little African movie. I'll take care of myself." And she started laughing. I said, "No, I could have been really on the floor. I could have been, I'm falling and I can't get out. And you want watching that African movie." But
Right.
listen, I know it's something that I learned from my brothers and from you guys that we also got to be compassionate. That somebody told me one time, just because you seen or learned God before me, that don't make you're right and I'm wrong. I said,
Check.
Right.
you know what? You're absolutely correct.
Check.
Because all of us have different experiences in life. So I had to
Mhm.
learn to be more patient and more understanding. But I just keep reminding her, don't anything to take a distraction away from you. You don't know what's going around. I would be afraid of that because I don't
Mhm.
let too much take me away from my reality. Because once
Mhm.
it does that, like your baby could be crying, your grandchild, you busy looking
Mhm.
at football, and the grandchild might be messing with poison. So you have
Mhm.
to be aware of your surroundings and don't let things. You love things so much that you can't be aware of what's going on around you.
Mhm. Queen V.
Um, I was just gonna say, there's a difference between loving something and then being infatuated with something.
Check.
Um, whenever you, whatever you give your attention to, um, when it's
Ooh,
no
say
longer
that.
there, your response to that or your reaction to that tells you whether or not you're infatuated or you're in love with it. Um,
Mm.
there's, yes, people are definitely infatuated with things. Um, I don't use the term love loosely because when you look at what it really is, you can't compare that to an infatuation because sometimes people have really, and I'm talking about adults, they have straight up temper tantrums. Um,
Mhm.
Okay.
when something that they're so infatuated with, I just gotta have this. I gotta have it. Okay,
Mhm.
but then when you don't get it or you lose it, to what extreme are you going? Now you're
Mhm.
acting like an insane individual because you no longer have a hold on this. That's
Mhm.
not love. Love draws you in. It is free. It is giving. And like you said, it's light. There's no weight on you. But if I'm infatuated with something, yes, I'm so distracted and so caught up in that to everything around me that I need to be aware of and paying attention to. It's going right past me. I don't see none of that. I
Mhm.
don't hear none of that.
Mhm.
Nothing. And then as soon as it's taken out of my foresight, what'd you do that for? I'm having this just reacting in an erratic way, and that's not love. No.
No,
But
not at all.
can I say something, sister?
Yeah,
I'm,
absolutely.
I'm, I love that response. It was beautiful. But I remember even a verse in the Bible when that's if people believe in Jesus Christ or not. But listen, it was a story about a man that wanted to follow Jesus Christ, and he was rich. He had all this money. Was he infatuated, or did he love his money? Because he had a choice to make. You can follow me if you leave all your belongings and leave everything behind and come follow me. And the guy wouldn't follow him because what you think?
Mhm.
He was infatuated with his money or he loved his wealth and his money.
Okay, and I get that angle. I
Yeah,
do.
Yeah.
In the Bible, it does say it's the love of money, not
the
money, but
love,
the love of
The
money.
the
love of
love
it.
of
The
it.
love of it.
So I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, I do agree. It can exist. I'll say that. Okay, it can. I agree. There are different perspectives of that. However, I still say
I got you, sis. It's understandable.
you infatuated with the money.
That's true too.
You know.
Yeah,
So if you infatuated with the money and the money is gone because of some condition,
you
you
going crazy.
you still gonna act up.
It's over with.
The
It's over
So
with.
you know,
the
I get that. And the Bible uses a lot of parables,
Yeah.
to give us examples, for us to give us different perspectives of how to look at life. Basic
Mhm.
instructions before leaving Earth. I get it. I
Mhm.
definitely get it. And not saying that it's wrong. Um, just there's always a different angle to look at something.
Beautiful said, sister.
Mhm.
Beautifully said.
Mhm.
And listen, it man, I can't even put nothing on none of that stuff right there. So I'm gonna say to that, the power in love and the ability to do what love does, it comes from just a place of being centered. How many people right now today they're just really not centered with themselves when it comes to love, when it comes to self, when it comes to peace, when it comes to, hey, what can I really do right now? Because just to y'all all broke love down in such a way to where you're giving back in a way that some people gonna accept it. Some people gonna be like, nah, that's not me. Well, he was greedy. Oh no, he did this for Jesus. Or no, he did this for love. No, he did it for infatuation. If you knew the real essence of love, you already came in abundance and you already have an inheritance. So to have either one of those ideas, just remember it comes from an idea. It doesn't come from the very core and essence of love. So be careful when you have all of these ideas and all of these wonders that you have. But sometimes they'll leave you down a goddamn rabbit hole. That motherfucker will take you down a damn rabbit hole. And you come back out of the rabbit hole and you still the goddamn same rabbit that you was in the rabbit hole. Should have came out a snake or something. Come out something different. Fuck. You come out the same shit.
I,
What we talk about? We
Well,
can't do that. So
that's why I love you, brother.
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That, I love you back too, bro, all the time. So since we went through a love protocol, we went through understand that some of the ideas that we have about love, the protocol from, may be to enhance ourselves, and sometimes it may be self-dysfunctional or self-sabotage. Those are the protocols that we have. They are systematic procedures that we have upon our own mind and our own spirit when it comes to love. We went into the power in love, the power of love. And everybody dedicated their way of understanding how much power there is in love. No one gave the same, even though everyone explained and defined love in such a way in the power that it exudes. No one said the same thing. They piggyback, they gave a different drift. They piggyback, they gave a different drift. So we understand that. Now my question is, to what? Surrender to love. Can we
Mm.
today, can we today lose ourselves in love? Can we lose our ideas? Can we lose our dreams? Can we lose our wants? Can we lose every aspect of us and surrender to love and allow love essence to embody us and guide and become and blossom and achieve and evolve? Is that possible today?
Absolutely. I am everything,
Yes.
nothing all at once.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Um,
Is
it
is
it removes those ideas and concepts that you were just talking about.
there you go. There you go. Removes it. So is mankind ready to remove their ideas and concepts of who they think they are to actually dwell in the essence of love, and it replenishes and reinvents itself in the eyes of man?
There's a frequency and vibration of those that are in tune that yes, absolutely. And
Okay.
then there's those who are vibrating on that lower frequency. No.
Mm.
I think the times have changed, and there's so much noise that we can't feel the frequency of love because there's definitely a frequency. I grew up at a time where didn't we weren't sitting in front of a TV 24/7. We weren't holding a computer or telephone in our hand, and nothing was interrupting this vibration. We were told to go outside, climb a tree, run, do something, get out the house. And those are the things, those are the times when we explored things. And as we explored things, we learned about things and we learned to like things and we learned to feel the feeling of nature, not just what it looked like, the feeling of it, to roll in the grass, to go down by the water, to skip some rocks, to watch a bird fly, to to see people walking and talking, to play with the animals, to see squirrels run. I mean, all of this was a vibration, and we felt it, we encountered it, we loved it, And for as children, we had no other worries. So there was nothing to take our mind away from that at all, period. And again, there was no other distractions. Kids these days, their vibration is their cell phone. Their vibration is the television. Their vibration is the TikTok and all the rest of these things. And it pulls away from the core vibration, which is love. That is the beginning. That's the beginning and the end of all of it. That heart chakra is it. Not saying that the other chakras are insignificant, but that is the main thing. I remember writing because I write poetry, and some people need a muse. I just wrote because I loved the idea that love existed. You see what I'm saying? So everything I wrote was on the basis of knowing that love existed. It was not put in any specific shape or form or person, but I wrote because of the way I felt about love. I knew it existed. I knew it existed. Nobody could tell me anything otherwise. And nobody could tell me that it would look different for me, so it looked different for them, so it was the same for me. I wouldn't buy it at all, period. My love for love, that was a surrender for me because I loved the idea that love existed. I couldn't tell you what it looked like. I couldn't tell you how it actually felt, but I knew it existed, and I felt the vibration of it. It was something that was easy to explain, or easy to put in a specific form. But it was so broad that every time I wrote it was something different, and it described the same thing, the same type of love. The colors, the feeling, the cool, the hot, the warm, the all of that was love. All of that was a feeling and the vibration of what love was, and that was and it didn't really matter if I was with anybody. But there's a I've been here before, but there was this one person that vibed the same way with me, and regardless of how things went down the years, that same vibration, I was met with the same vibration because we vibed the same when it came to I love the idea that love is. People try to break you or do things, or you fall into these situations where you feel like you want to share that and the person really didn't deserve it or they weren't ready to receive it. So you would think that you would lose it. No, that was just a small piece. I still I still got the whole bag. You see what I'm saying? So that for me, that is a surrender. That is recognizing love as a vibration, that I was put here to enjoy the beauty of what was created. And that's for me that's a surrender.
Brother Jamal.
I wanna piggyback on what my brother was saying because it's so beautiful. Uh,
Hmm.
it's crazy that we have so much in common. It was
Hmm.
a movie. It was a movie about I think it was up in Harlem. They had this big giant. It was in a park. It was different singers. Everybody was there. The singers did it for free, and they said for 50 years they didn't show this movie
Hmm.
because around the same time that's when they was telling them lies about people going to the moon.
Right,
But when you
right.
saw the
Hmm.
community as a whole. I'm talking about you had your Spanish people, you had black people, you had people from the Caribbean. It didn't matter where it was, but they were so together and was so in
Hmm.
love with just
Hmm.
the community and family. It was so
Hmm.
powerful that the folks kept it off of TV for what, 50
Hmm.
years? The Harlem of Souls.
Hmm.
That was the name of the movie?
Interesting.
He said it was Harlem of Souls, but I thought it was another
Hmm.
name. He said, but what was so beautiful about this movie, after they kept it off of the media for almost 50 years, they show when we are all together and united in love and peace, what a community. It didn't matter. We had black people there, we had older people there, we had families there, we had different races there. Even the people that was performing was basically performing for free. They just want to show we could get together
Hmm.
without fighting. And the reason why they didn't show that for 50 years, because they did not want us to see what
Hmm.
love can do in a community of us
Hmm.
and show. So that
Hmm.
was so powerful being in love with everybody there, you could tell they love
Mm.
themselves, they love their
Mm.
grandparents, they love their
Right.
parents, and they
Right.
love other people that wasn't their parents and grandparents. People was looking
Mm.
out for the children. The Black Panthers it was a security guard, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
to watch them. It's to watch these police that was out here that would try to cause some trouble, and they letting them
Mm-hmm.
know we got us right here.
Mm.
If you want to talk about a movie of love, that was love in itself. I could watch that movie over and over again because
Mm.
even though our love go back ancestry years and years ago, and just
Mm.
like even people with this, yeah, she was showing me the movie. It said the summer of love. That's what it's called. When the revolution could not be televised, it wasn't televised for 50 years. And the reason why they didn't want that to be televised because they were showing us when we love each other and how many it was, that was nothing could deter us from each other or be distracted. Like he said, now in this era that we live in now, a lot of people are distracted because you got computers. Oh, I got to get that many people watching me eat some food. I got to get that many people seeing me dance. And so all our young people are distracted from TV, from these videos, the music, the frequencies, even what they play the music in, they make you can go. Some songs will be playing in a club, and they'll make people fight. It's because of the frequencies.
Oh yeah.
They don't even play the right frequencies that make us want to love each other. Me and my wife could listen to some old school, and we'd be sitting there like we 18 again because
Mm-hmm.
the music is beautiful, the sounds is beautiful. So again, I don't think this era that we live in right now today can get back to that, but it starts
No,
with us.
it's an
If
elevation.
we if we start with our people, our families, and continue to show the love, that's how we come together. That's how I met you, my brother. That's how I met my
Mm.
brother. That's how I meet my sister.
Mm.
And we have these kind of conversations. To me, this is part of love because we
Mm.
do this not that we get paid for it. We do this because we love other people out there besides ourselves. So if we can
Mm.
help in some kind of way, that's the love that we have in us. So
Mm.
it
Mm-hmm.
starts to me, it starts with us helping other people, helping them get to the point of loving themselves, loving
Mm.
each other, loving their brothers and sisters. Even I never met this brother before, but I love the way he react when it comes to his family. And then let them know that you love them for that. I
Mm.
love my brother. I told him the other day, you inspired me, bro. But the whole
Mm.
team that you have, y'all inspire me. Why?
Mm.
Because we have topics like this and we
Right.
talk about love. We talk about relationships. We talk
Mm.
about different things. And even if we have a different opinion on that, there's no disrespect between none of us. We ain't gonna ever disrespect each other. Because
No.
like when my sister was kicking it, she was kicking it. I may have a difference of opinion, but I knew what she was saying and
Mm.
understood it. I just was making a point because sometimes some of us as humans and being in this vessel, we can't end up loving things we ain't supposed to. I used to love to,
Mm.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell the truth. I used to love to smoke crack at one time. I used to love it. I don't love it no more. I don't do it no more. But I used to love it.
Oh
I'm
shit.
glad. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Mm.
you
Yeah,
crazy as
it was
hell,
a
boy.
habit. It was a
Mm.
habit. I was caught up. But then I
Right.
said, this ain't for me. I can't raise a child like this. See, again, that
Mm.
when that love came back. See, that love
Yeah.
said, you got to love yourself. How you gonna raise your daughter and people out there in the street when she's going to catch the school bus saying, oh, your daddy ain't nothing but a crackhead. I love me more than that. I want my daughter to go to school and say, that's my dad. He ain't no crackhead.
Yeah.
But I don't even
Yeah.
want her to I had to change myself as I was going because matter of fact, with that same story I told you, a lot of things I used to do, I stopped doing because I promised the Most High, if you could bring me up out of this and help me be a better me, I promise you I won't go back to that. So I kept my
Mm.
word because of the love that he showed me and the way he
Amen.
made my escape from New York, because New York is nothing like Sodom and Gomorrah. So I
Hey,
came to
listen.
South Carolina to get away from that. You know what I mean?
I, yeah, I ain't mean
So,
to cut your wisdom, but we gonna continue
I'm
on.
sorry,
We
brother.
gonna
I'm
continue.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
all right? You all right, brother? You
Hey, man,
passionate
you know I
about
get
what you
excited
sharing.
about this.
That's good.
You
That's good.
passionate about what you sharing. I don't got no problem with that. I got no
Right.
problem with that. But we want to be respectful of times and continue to move on. And so with that saying right there, we're just gonna move into closing remarks. And anything anyone want to share? Let's start with you, Goddess V. Queen V, what would you like to leave out?
Um, First, I would just like to say thank you again for inviting me to the platform.
Honor and pleasure.
I definitely will be taking some tools that I can use, but also thank you for the reminder. You know, there's different perspectives to ideas of love, but there's just one.
That's it.
That's it. And if we allow, that's all we need to do. There's nothing else. Just allow the tremendous amount of joy that love gives, the freedom that it gives, the power that it gives, the resilience that it gives. All of these things are fueled by love. We just have to allow it.
Yes.
And the benefits of that will change your life tremendously because
Mm.
what you may think is love, and once you experience love, two completely different things.
Say that one
I,
more time, please.
there's nothing like it.
Mm.
I cannot, I will not go
Mm.
back to not loving me because I've worked too hard to love me. And as I continue to learn more and more how to love me, I'm so grateful and so thankful that Mother, Father, Creator allows me to be able to share that love with others. And it just lights up my spirit to know that even if it's no more than a smile, I bring some type of joy to others. So just be yourself and allow love.
Mm-hmm. Brother Jamal.
I want to start off to apologizing to the audience. I get emotional about these things, man. And I love everybody. And I
No.
just want to thank my brother and sister for having me on this platform to be able to express and to show love. Because when we having a conversation about the things that we have a conversation, it's that we are showing love.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
really love to communicate and to deal with our people. So I just want to say thank you to my brother, Impossible. Thank you to Uno. Thank you to my sister King V, Queen V, excuse me, even make sure I say that correctly. Queen V. And I just want to thank everybody. And I just want to say, keep loving each other, man.
Absolutely.
Sigmundo.
So I just wanted to say one thing before. Well, this is part of my closing remarks. If you're really looking to see what love looks like, observe a child. Observe them in their day. Observe their carefreeness. Observe their unconditional love, because they could be mad about something, take a nap, and wake up, and it was as if it never happened. And they love you
Exactly.
like they just seen you for the first time. That is
Yeah.
that is the perfect picture of
Yeah.
love, 100%. And except if you come as a child, no why say you that's the basis right there. I appreciate the opportunity to be on the podcast. Thank you so much, Brother Impossible. Appreciate being on with these great, amazing minds, these juggernauts. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I echo Brother Jamal when he said we love so hard, we love so much, we just want to spread it out and make sure everybody understands that it's possible to be loved and it's possible to love. But first of all, love yourself. Love yourself so much that it don't matter who takes what or who does what. You have enough love to maintain and sustain yourself.
Man, I'ma say it on a backdrop or Jamal said in a relationship. I love hard. I'm sorry. I'm of God. So I'm just gonna say that one time.
Mhm. Okay, okay,
You say,
okay.
I love hard. I'm of God. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
For the
sorry.
love, for the love that I have right now that I'm giving.
Right.
In my closing remarks, I want everyone to understand that whatever your identity with love is, that's your protocol. However you define love, that's your reality.
Mhm.
Whatever your reality to love is, that's your action. You're not gonna be able to get away from that. You can't tell me what love means to you and do something different. Them two don't go hand in hand together. Your
Right.
action gonna tell me what love does to you and for you.
Mhm.
And that vibration of love, you can walk into a room and you can say, "Oh shit, I don't need to be in here." That's love. Till you get the hell out.
Right.
You ain't supposed to be in here. That's love.
Right, right, right.
That ain't no something came over me. Yeah, God came over you until you get the hell out of here. So it just came over you. Yeah, what you talking about?
Right,
So,
right.
and this power of love will guide and protect us in ways you can never fathom. I've taken a wrong way to go to work and got a ticket. I've taken a wrong way to go on a trip and went to jail. All because I took this just the wrong path. I
Wrong
wasn't
way.
listening. Just the wrong way. Damn. I should have made the right instead of made the left. The left cost me $1,200. The right would have took my ass to work. Just that
Right,
simple.
right.
So
So
the power and the presence of love. Learn to embody love in a way that is a part of you. It's a part of every essence of you. It is a thing that hues you. It imbues you. Everything that you are of love. Nothing. There's no separation. I was taught the only separation is love is your idea. That's the only separation in love.
Okay. Yeah.
As long as you are committed to love and you are one with it, it will become one with you. That's all it is. Because love is the most powerful thing. Have you ever experienced anything more powerful than love, y'all?
No, no.
I ain't
Cannot
never
say that
experienced
I
nothing.
have.
I ain't never experienced nothing more powerful than love.
No.
It's the most powerful thing I ever experienced in my life, and that's why I continue to love in the magnitude where I should continue to love. And you know, with the brothers and sisters, I mean, I've been knowing Queen B for a long time. You know, my sister, we have watched each other grow. You know, that been my sister for a long time. I tell a story when her sons was about 5 years old. They would swing on my arm like they was on a monkey bar, and they could swing on my arms. Now they 6'4", 6'5", looking down at me. I'm like, man, that ain't fair.
Yeah.
That's how good life is, you know, and that's that gratitude of love. You know, have that gratitude of love. If you don't have a gratitude of love, if someone could take your joy, if someone could take your gratitude, you may have a problem with love. You may have
It wasn't there in the first place, right?
situation with that.
Right.
You may have a situation.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for another great episode of Talk That Crap. But that's how we do. And from that, we're going to check y'all on the next episode. Peace, love, and light.
Observe and not to support, to discourage. Vision so passionate, it's disturbing. Create a rise, I was positive surging. Cosmic folks see emergence. Brain of eternal, hands on my time. Impossible prince can God watch you step in the mind. Soul triggers, power holy divine righteousness. Combined with courage, love of essence. Don't let trauma bind and block your blessings. When you behind the veil, you hear the confession. Give you limitation, corruption, fear, deception. This the age of knowing evolution and resurrection.